So, namaskar, all of you. I am here for Guru Pournima. I am extremely touched by whatever was poured by the panel members. Which did not correspond to reservations. Anyway, so we basically have gathered here for Guru Pournima, and on that account I just want to say few things. Guru is not a teacher, because we can be mistaking these days that Guru is a teacher. Guru is an institution and a principle. Why do we require a Guru? For any animal, cattle, bird, insect, worm, they don't have to get trained to be what they are. Elephant doesn't have to go to academy to become elephant. Tigers, buffaloes, cows, leopards, eagles, crows, sparrows, cockroaches, worms don't have to go to any academy to learn what they are. But human being needs to know what is human being. By just being human being, we don't remain human beings. We have to become human beings. We all think we are human beings. But human being is such a species that it has a lot to become. And to become, it is not a natural, spontaneous process. Like a cockroach is born, it will become cockroach full-fledged. A calf is born, it will become cow, full-fledged. Just the time has to pass. It's a natural process with which subhuman species, they take birth and they become. So that's why we don't come across any cattle's academy, herbivorous academy, animals academy, birds academy. We don't have it. If they are born, they become. If we are born, we have to become. So just by taking birth as human beings, we are not human beings. That is why we'll come across the reality sometimes is a human can be in form human, in body form human, anatomy human, structure human, but can be worse than subhuman. Human can be worse than a beast. A human being can be venomous than cobra. Human beings, we can put to shame cobras, snakes, crocodiles, tigers. Human beings can put to shame the divinities, the gods and deities. Lofty human beings such as Gnaneshwar, such as Tukaram, such as Yagnavalkya, such as Patanjali, such as sages and saints and seers. The gods envied them. The gods were envied by such lofty human beings. The gods were put to shame by lofty human beings. So human being is capable of putting to shame the lowest form of subhuman species, and can also put to shame deities. That is what the range human being is given. Generations of animals have come and gone. They don't change by generation by generation by generation. The horse and cattle have been cattle for last 10,000 years, 100,000 years, 500,000 years. Whereas human beings, we experience generation by generation, there is a change. And we mentioned that even our children, grandchildren, oh, it's a different generation and big difference. How were you when you were 4 or 5 years old, 3 4 years old? And how do you see a child today which is 3 4 years old? So in human beings we see changes generation by generation by generation. This is not the case of subhumans. To be human being, we have certain rights, certain responsibilities, certain duties. That is not the case in case of cattle and subhumans. We don't try to decide what is a duty of buffalo, what is the right of a buffalo, what is the responsibility of a buffalo. Take any animal, donkey, horse, cat, smallest, tiniest worms to blue whale, which is the largest mammal on the planet now. Next to blue whale, if you place an elephant, it is like if you place a kitten by side of me. What is the dimension of a kitten? And what is my dimension? What is the dimension of whale? And what is the dimension of elephant? So next to blue whale, elephant is something like a kitten next to me. So all those subhumans don't try to have institution of guru and a principle of guru. They don't need it. So they don't have any right, duty, responsibility. Have you seen any band of animals going in a procession for their rights? We do, as human beings, we do that. Have placards and then take a procession. This is our right. This is our right. This is our right. This is our right. So as human beings, we need someone to tell us about our responsibilities and duties. If I ask you a question, what a mosquito owes on this planet, what a mosquito owes in our solar system, what mosquito owes in our galaxy, there is nothing. But when it is human being, we don't identify that we owe a lot. No animal will identify that it owes. No subhuman identifies that it owes. Human being needs to identify this. Now, how human being will identify this? We don't owe just to people around us. We don't just owe to our family. We don't owe to our society. We do not just owe to humanity. We owe something at large to entire life on the planet, we owe something to all those life forms which are in the ocean, life forms which are on the planet. We also owe a lot to life beyond the planets. This is the responsibility, liability of a human being. If you are a human being, you owe. The moment we take a birth, we don't identify what we owe. Many of you might take pride. I don't owe anything to anyone. But we say the whole world owes to me. I don't owe anything. This is fiscal concept that you don't. There are so many people who will say, I don't owe any money to anyone. You don't owe any money to anyone. That doesn't mean don't owe anything. So when we are born as human beings, we need to be told about what is a human being. Not just make us aware of our rights, but our duties, our responsibilities, and basically we owe. So find out yourself, you say whether it is fortunate or unfortunate. The moment we are born, we becomes debtors. We owe. And who will tell you that what we owe? We have been timeless existence. We don't start come to existence when we are born in a maternity home. Our existence doesn't come into existence when we are born in a maternity home and make the first sound, twa, the cry of the baby. So we are timeless existence. So if somebody says I don't owe anyone in my life, that's only physical dimension, money dimension, monetary dimension. But suppose I say, you owe me 1,000 rupees you borrowed in my last life. Are you going to make good? I lent you 1,000 rupees in your last life. Please repay. Are you going to repay? Now understand the reality. Maybe we borrow money, and before we pay, we can die. Our debt is not suspended because we have not cleared the debt. We can borrow money, we might have borrowed money, but we will not have repaid, we can die. Is it not possible? So therefore I say I lent you 1,000 rupees in your last life and you owe me 1,000 rupees today. Are you going to shell 1,000 rupees? No, you are not going to shell. Because we do not believe in our timeless existence. Human beings need to know realities. We don't expect the cattle and birds and animals and worms and insects to know the reality. They are also eternal. The life principle in all those living beings is eternal. They don't have to be told about it, but human beings need to be told about it, that you are a timeless existence. And you owe a lot. So the moment human being is born, we have lots of debts on our shoulders, on our heads. We are not aware of this. Who is going to tell us? That is why the institution of Guru has been there. It's an arrangement of our Sanatana Dharma that there is institution of Guru to tell us who are we, from where are we, and to whence we are. That is not the question with other living beings. The buffalo has no question from where am I come, where am I going. It just says I am here. Any animal, it will know that only it is here. It doesn't know from where it is come. It's not its matter of inquiry. And whence am I? It's not its. matter of inquiry. For human beings, it's a matter of inquiry. We are not just animal, bifooted animals. We are not one of the creatures. The moment we are born as human beings, we have lots of debts on our shoulders, on our head. You know someone who is almost a pauper person. Why somebody is a pauper? He is sunk in debts. He is totally sunk in debts. We are all sunk in debts. The moment we are born as human beings, we are sunk in debts. We owe something. And for us to know that we owe something, we need a guru. So once you know that you owe something, if you have sense of responsibility, you want to clear it off. Is that right? If you have sense of responsibility, you want to clear it out. If you are sure that you owe someone something, you want to clear it out. Who is going to tell us? So the Guru institution is an arrangement of the Sanatana Dharma and the archetypal plan, archetypal scheme. It's also a principle which is embedded in us. That's why Guru comes in Adhyatma. Adhyatma means something which is within you. To be aware of all that is within you. Now that cannot be cited by body scan. That cannot be cited by radiological insight. So there is a Guru principle within us. So how does someone become responsible? From within. So we owe a lot to whole universe. Now who is going to tell you about it? So there is the concept of Pancha Yagnas, Mahayagnas. You can read that in my book, Discourses on Yoga. As human beings, we owe to nature, we owe to our ancestors. I'll just give you a small example. There was a girl, and somebody put a question, do you know your great-great-great-grandmother? Somebody, elderly person in the house, put that question. Do you know your great-great-grandmother? She said, no. The person said, she is sitting on your nose. Your nose is exactly replica of your great-grandmother's nose. Where did you get the nose from? Where did you get the nose from? It resembles to your grandmother's nose. Your eyes are like your grandfather's eyes, great-grandfather's eyes. So somebody in the house can tell you that your nose is like your great-grandmother, your eyes are like your great-grandfather, whom the child has not seen. Because before the child was born, they were no more. Today we speak about genetic background. From where do you get the genetic background in you? Now, if it is advantageous to you, don't you owe? But unfortunately, we only blame. If you have a disease, oh, genetic, ancestral. A weak heart, why? Ancestry had a heart problem, so I am carrying it. We only blame them for negatives in us. We don't identify any positive in us because of them. So we owe a lot to our ancestors, remote ancestors even. Like they say sometimes, the disease like diabetes, it says it is transmitted in third generation. So one escapes. Maybe something which is in the fifth generation, something in the seventh generation, something in the ninth generation. So we owe a lot to our ancestors. Now look at a very funny situation. So we all have ancestors. Is there anyone who says, I have no ancestors at all? No chance. Absolutely no chance. No exception whatsoever. So we all have ancestors. But I had, and you had a previous life. I and you had a previous life. In previous life, we had another ancestry. Are we not supposed to owe them something? Should you not at least remember them? Or even if you don't remember them, do something for them. That is why we have a concept of Shraddha, something to be done for mains. Our ancestors in this life, our ancestors in previous lives, we have had so many human lives. Everywhere we had our parents. You only fall at the feet of your parents. What will you do for your parents of your previous life? Anything to be done. Today your children might go and settle in a foreign country. If they are settled in foreign country, do you forget them? Do you shun them? Just because your child or grandchild has gone to foreign countries, you don't close your doors. Just for that reason, you don't close your doors. So, if our ancestors have died, what is it? They have gone elsewhere. They have gone elsewhere. Like your child has settled in a foreign country, they have gone to a foreign plane of existence. We have some duties towards them. We have some responsibilities toward them. Who is going to tell you about it? So the Guru is eternal principle. That's why Patanjali brings Guru in Ishvara topic. Kalena Anavachinna. So he is the person who is seeing, who knows who were your ancestors, who are your ancestors in this life, who were your ancestors in previous life and previous lives. He knows. Like old person in the house can see 3-4 generations. A person who is nearing 100 years of age can easily say that I am seeing 3rd generation, I am seeing 4th generation. Is it not possible? So this is an eternal principle Guru who is looking at you, who has looked at your journeys, and he knows where all you have gone and what all you have done and what you have got to do therefore. So if I owe something in my retrospectively 10 lives before, I should repay at least now. What is the way out? Who will tell me? We don't believe in our previous life creditors. Somebody comes with a note and says, you owe me. You say, hell with it. Is that true? Is it possible that we have never been debtors in our past lives? We are indebted to so many people for so many reasons. It's not monetary indebtedness. We have so many kinds of indebtednesses as human beings. So what is the way out? So the Guru has given the Dharma. The Guru principle, the Guru component in the archetypal scheme tells us human beings. And therefore we have concept of Panchamahayagnyas. And therefore the Guru is absolutely inevitable for human species. We owe to universe. Entire universe, we definitely owe. We have gone to various planes. So suppose I visited your house 25 years back and I forget. And I expect you to remember. Is it right? Or I remember and I expect you to forget. So we have gone to all those places. We have gone to all those various planes. We have no clue to it. Who is going to tell us? Somebody who maintains the records will tell you. Somebody who maintains the records will tell you where all have you gone so far, what all have you done there, do you owe something to someone then? So Guru is not a teacher. Otherwise, there are teachers for every vocation. That doesn't become Guru, who doesn't tell you about your reality. The teachers don't tell you about your realities. They teach you a subject. Teaching mathematics, teaching science, teaching philosophy, teaching psychology. They are only teachers. They don't tell you what you are. So we need a preceptor, and it is provided by the archetypal plan. If I may say so, there is a subject like selfology. We have psychologies, we have so many logies, astrology, biology, so many logies. Is there any selfology? That's the Adhyatma. So the Guru is always in the realm of Adhyatma. And the moment we are born as human beings, it is imperative that we touch the aspect of Adhyatma and allow the Adhyatma touch us. Otherwise we are by-footed beasts. We are by-footed beasts. And therefore, with respect to the Guru, there is singular namanam. Gurave namaha. But then there is also plural. Gurubhyo namaha. Why is it? Because we all have a Guru. Imagine your Guru did not have a Guru. How would you have Guru? So we owe, as much as we owe to our Guruji for whatever wisdom he has given, we owe something to his Guru, Guru's Guru, Guru's Guru's Guru, Guru's 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 Guru. Going back ad infinitum. So as human beings, we have certain responsibilities. We must open out the portal in whatever degree, to whatever extent about Adhyatma. Otherwise, we are just by-footed animals, take birth and die. We are not different than the animals who just take birth, live and die. As human beings, we owe a lot. We have such responsibility, not only in this life, but being responsible as a human being to entire universe. We have responsibility with regards to entire infinite universe. What to do with it? The Guru will tell you. The Guru has to tell you. One who tells you about it, that is Guru. One who guides you towards it is a Guru. One who divulges is a Guru. One who helps you to tread the path towards clearing the debts as human beings is a Guru. That's why the Guru concept has come in Adhyatma. And in order that it is inevitable that all of us have to have a Guru, we may not have a mortal Guru, but the Guru principle is built in within us. So you might say, I don't have any Guru, what should I do? Like there are many orphans, children who are orphans. So if you don't have a Guru, it is provided. It is provided within us. That's why it is a principle within us. So that is why Guru Pournima has such a significance. Don't mistake it like Father's Day, Mother's Day. You might be having Husband's Day, Wife's Day. Like you have Father's Day, Teacher's Day, etc., etc. It's not a Guru's day. It is not such a day. As you heard in the beginning, you all know, dispelling the darkness, by replacing which would replace the darkness, the light, enlightenment, the light. It is the Guru principle provided within us, and Guru principle provided you. If you can find one in the life, well and good. If you don't find one in life, you have with you. Once Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was questioned by a child. A beggar, insufficiently clothed, a woman, was walking on the streets. The child is inquisitive. He says, "What is it that is hanging below her shoulders?" She was naked, nude because of lack of clothes. What is hanging? So he said, it is provision of milk for the baby to whom she will give birth. So if we need something, we are given something. दाने दाने पर लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम, you know that. So if we need something, we are provided. Archetypal scheme, when it says you need something, it will not say it will not be provided. It will be provided. It is provided. Guru is the indispensable principle for human beings. If we are born as human beings, understand we have lots of indebtedness to not only things but people and situations and the universe at large. You can argue, I don't owe anything to next neighboring galaxy called Andromeda. Our neighbor, we are in Milky Way. We are in Milky Way. Our neighbor is called Andromeda. You can easily say, I don't owe anything. As easily you say, I don't owe anything to my neighbor. It's your neighboring galaxy. You do owe. What will you do? And that is Adhyatmic pursuit. You do something within. You don't have to go and send something, remit something, or walk to Andromeda and say, I owe you, take this. Oblation to Andromeda. No, not necessary. Do something within. Something has to be done within. You don't have to go in search. You don't have to identify, what do I owe? How much do I owe? You know that you owe. So therefore, the Adhyatma sadhana is the way to clear the debts to possible extent. Life after life we go on clearing. Once you are debt free, you are liberated. Anyway, that's about Guru principle. So for us to know what is Guru principle, Satsanga. Listen to noble thoughts. Listen to noble people speaking noble things. Shastra Sangha. All these wise people have written down so much matter for us. Right from what is claimed to the earliest piece of literature is Rig Veda. It's doubtable. And then we have saints and sages coming down to our era. You know Gyaneshwar, Tukaram, Ramdas, so much they have transmitted, so much they have given to us. So we will really know what we are if we look into Dasbodh. If we look into Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago. Gyaneshwari 750 years ago. Gatha 350 years ago. So the literature has been transmitted to us. So let's try to go all possible ways towards getting to know who we are. See, about ourselves, it is so fascinating. I will end with that statement. If you are once shown the mirror, you don't say, I want to see in the mirror often. Day in and day out, in a day 10 times, 100 times, the moment you cross a mirror, you look into your reflection. So it is bewitching to know at least our form. That's why there is no one who neglects or overlooks the mirror. Once you sight the mirror, you want to look at your face, your reflection. But suppose I give you your X-ray, or I give you a MRI. Are you obsessed to look at the MRI day after day, month after month, year after year? How many times are you going to look at the MRI? But how many times you are going to look at your face? We are never tired of it. Looking at our own reflections, day in and day out, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. When you were 16, 17, you looked into the mirror. Now if you are 86 and 96, yet you look into the mirror. Nobody looks at you, but you look into the mirror. So that is the outermost gate for about oneself, to know oneself, to experience oneself, to know oneself. There are so many layers after layers where the glass mirror won't work. There are other forms of mirrors which will take you to noumenal aspects of you. Your appearance is phenomenal, mirror will give you reflection. So it will tell you that you are not this. So don't be going after obsessionally for a mirror everywhere where you go. There are many people who don't travel without a mirror. They carry it in their vanity bag anytime needed. If you don't have, then you have your smartphones. It will show your face. But you want to look at your face. Selfie mode, and then you look at your face. But there are so many forms of you. Who is going to tell you that this is not you? There is something beyond this. Then that is not you, something beyond that. So all this wisdom, which is so important, and as human beings, we have responsibility to be going towards that. Know thyself. To whatever extent, we must do it. There is know thyself for buffalo, know thyself for a donkey, know thyself for a mosquito, know thyself for a bug, bed bug. Human beings, it is there. Know thyself. So that is our responsibility. Because these days we are aware of our rights. Particularly in a democratic setup, our rights, these are our rights, those are our rights. The human being will become human being because of Guru principle, Guru touch, Guru influence, otherwise no chance. And that's how the Guru is indispensable. If you are human beings, you have to attain something, not just attain your goal in life, that I will become multi-billionaire, multi-trillionaire, I will become the richest man of the land or richest man of the planet. That is not what human beings should be aiming at. That might be aim, but you have to aim at something else, and this is that. For that we need a Guru. Tasmat Guruve Namaha. Gurubhyo Namaha. Namo Namaha. Thank you very much.